Yeah.
Welcome back to Season 2 of the Waiver Wave. I am your host, Tim Petrop. This is the extended version. If you want the short and sweet version, check out Instagram.com/veteransminimum. But let's get right into it with our first waiver pickup of the week. The first waiver pickup of the week this week is Gio Bernard. I mean, obviously, when you got a back like Mixon, who's missing at least 2 weeks, Mixon had 44 touches in the first 2 games. That's 22 touches that need to go somewhere. Gio Bernard has been the workhorse in that backfield when Mixon was out in the past. Bernard is the #1 pickup this week, no doubt about it. Now, if you're in a little deeper league, or if you miss out on Bernard because you don't spend enough fab on him, or you don't have the waiver priority, well, guess what? You have another option. Mark Walton, a 4th-round rookie out of Miami. He's being activated for the first time this week. Gio Bernard has only carried the ball over 20 times in a game, twice in his entire career. It's basically guaranteed that Mark Walton's going to get some touches. What he does with those touches is a whole other story. So if you are in a deeper league or you have room to spare to hold on to a guy that might hit, Mark Walton is a good pickup this week. Antonio Callaway's stock skyrockets because Josh Gordon gets traded to the Patriots. Last week, Callaway played 81% of the snaps. He had 5 touches for 88 total yards and a TD. He is a future play, someone that if you're desperate, you can put into your lineup, but pick him up, hold on to him. This is a guy that if you get him now, in 2 weeks, you'll be really happy. A guy you can play now, though, is John Brown, the former standout for the Cardinals. There was never a doubt that this dude can ball. In his last 2 games, he's had 14 targets and a rush. Last game, 10 targets and a touchdown. If you need wide receiver help, John Brown is your man. Joe Flacco is slinging it at the best rate he's had in years, and John Brown is the deep threat. He also looks like the #1 receiver there. John Brown is my #1 receiving option on the waiver wire this week. 2 more young receivers to look at. Chris Godwin has 10 targets and 2 touchdowns. He looks like a favorite for red zone work for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ride that Fitzmagic all the way to the finish. Geronimo Allison is another young guy that you need to take advantage of as he's on your wire. He's available in about 75% of leagues. Aaron Rodgers has a history of making people ownable. All 3 receivers on the team. Devontae Adams is owned by everyone. Randall Cobb is owned. Why is Geronimo Allison still not picked up? 14 targets in 2 games means he's getting high volume. Pick up Geronimo Allison. Tyler Boyd is another young wide receiver who has potential to be greater and greater as the weeks go on, especially with Mixon out. They're going to be looking for people to fill those targets. 14 targets on the year, and so far, Andy Dalton's 2nd favorite target. All you Brandon LaFell guys who picked him up over and over again on the waiver wire know that the Bengals can support 2 wide receivers even when the offense is terrible. Under offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, Andy Dalton has 31 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in 16 games. That is a remarkable step up from a guy who has been terrible, to say the least, in the last 2 seasons. If you need quarterback help, Andy Dalton is a viable week-in, week-out starter until he proves otherwise. On the tight end front, Austin Seferian-Jenkins looks like the favorite red zone target for Blake Bortles. He has 2 targets in 2 games. He caught a touchdown against New England last week, and there's no real red zone threat on that team. ASJ should have the chance to score in every single game going forward. Now, he's going to be touchdown dependent, but what tight end is it? That's all for this week of the Waiver Wave. Make sure to check out Veterans Minimum. All the links in the bio. And with that being said, I give you the wave. You just gotta ride it.